it's Deja
and Di-V, and welcome back to Squared. We are your Saturdays here on Squared,
and for this week's video we are going to be sharing with you guys a story time, and we are basically going to be sharing with you guys our experience of being on a Nickelodeon TV show.
If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below to the Squared channel. So the time that this happened was when we were in the 9th grade. We were either 14 or 15.
We can't remember what time during the
one?
9th grade we went to do this, but it was somewhere around there.
Basically, we've always wanted to do acting, and our friend Azul at the time wanted to do acting as well. And her mom had found this little thing online that said like to be in the audience of one of the Nickelodeon TV shows that they had coming out.
But you were like an on-camera audience, so you had to know how to act because like they made you do things, and we'll explain that later.
And so we were all like, yeah, we should go. We could see what it's like on a TV set for like the actors, because we'd be able to watch them and see what it's like.
Yeah.
So we should definitely go ahead and go. So the name of this Nickelodeon TV show is Webheads.
Now, I don't think it really made it past maybe episode 3 because it did air on TV for a little bit, but I don't think it really made it like that far because the show was interesting. The concept was there. It's just that I
guess not a lot of people wanted to watch it.
I guess the final product just wasn't up to par.
The host of the show, if you guys don't know, if you don't know the show that we're talking about, is Carlos Pineda. You might know
Big Time Rush, and their show was on Nickelodeon. They gave us a location to go to the place, and at first we were like, OMG, this is so sketchy. We don't think this is the place because
it didn't really look like a studio. It didn't look like a Nickelodeon studio or anything. It just looked like a warehouse. So we were like, I know, this is kind of weird.
But then we saw there was a whole bunch of kids waiting in line with their parents, so we said, okay, this must be it.
So we were asking the parents around, like, hey, are you guys here for the Nickelodeon show as well? They were like, yeah, we're here for it.
And then turns out other places, other TV shows were filming there as well for something else. So there was other people waiting in line to go and film for other stuff, and then for extra stuff. So we were like,
other people going for auditions there. So we were just like, oh, okay, so this is the right place.
We waited in line for a pretty long time though. Because I don't remember the time that they said to get there, but for example, is what I'm basically saying, like, they told us to get there at 3, and then we got there at a little bit before then, but then we waited in line maybe for like an hour or two. And so when we, basically, the guy had brought us all in, and when we got inside, it was like a bunch of tables and chairs, and there was people who obviously worked for different shows there who were eating lunch. And they had craft services out, and if you guys don't know what craft services is, when you're on set for a TV show, that's basically like the lunch or the breakfast or the dinner, and craft services just makes all the food, brings all the snacks so that the actors can stay, you know,
nice
and full, and then also for the production crew, the assistants, everyone.
They had separated us from our parents because the parents couldn't be on the show.
And then they also took your phones because you couldn't have your phones.
You couldn't record anything because the show hadn't came out yet. So they took our phones and everything like that, and it was perfectly fine though. We got them back at the end, obviously. But so then us and our friend Azul, we all got brought with a few other kids. There was like probably
30 at the most.
25 to 30 people. Is how much that I feel was in our
group. Kids.
Of the kids, that was in our group.
Yeah.
And so they brought us to this like first we were going like through a whole bunch of rooms, and it just looked really weird.
It was basically like if you guys have ever went to Universal Studios or you've ever went to the Warner Brothers Studios where they bring you on some of the sets, like on the inside of the areas. That's basically, we were going behind all those things, or if you just look online, like behind the scenes of blah blah blah, and then like you'll see like behind some of the sets. That's basically where we were going. So we were going in that area, and then they finally brought us to the room where it was the actual set. So it looked so cool. I remember if
us
we didn't have our
phones, we would have definitely recorded. But it was like they had these like not neon, but like these bright lights that was like different colors, like pink, blue, green, and stuff like that. And then it said like Nickelodeon, and it was just like a whole bunch of huge props and sets for the show.
Awesome, dude.
They put a lot of work into it, and then of course it was all the lights because they have tons of lights. It's kind of similar to how on the Ellen show when we went to that set, they had like
tons of lights.
Like
the amount of lights they have is insane.
And then there was all the cameras and everything like that. So then they brought us all over to where we were going to be, which is the audience area, which is on stage, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because most shows, when you're in the audience, it's like the stage and then the audience is over there. So, you're not on the stage. But the audience for this show is actually a part of the stage. So it was like these little, it was like stairs. And that's where we were all sitting. Like, that's the shape of the seats were like stairs, but they weren't actual stairs.
So we sat there and we waited for maybe 30 minutes to an hour to actually get started with taping the show. They went over a few like safety rules when we'd be taken to the bathroom. They went over like things that we'd have to do. For example, we'd have to fake laugh. So we'd be like,
or we'd have to like scream when they had told us. They would show like this little thing that would say scream, and then you guys have to scream. And there was other like things they would say, like to do like sound effects, not really sound effects, but like sounds you would do, like
if you saw something cute,
or stuff like that. So eventually, after the long wait, they started saying, "Are you guys ready for Carlos to come out? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?" And we were just like, "Heck yeah, we're ready." It's pretty awesome because then he started going up to the first row and we were in the third row and he was like asking everyone how old they were, and we were like
asking questions, and we waved at him and
talked to him. He was asking us like obviously how old we are, and he just wanted to get to know all of the like kids who was there. He was really, really nice. And I was just like, you know what, he's now my favorite member. A big time rush. He's definitely my favorite member after that.
And now he's in the new CW show Life Sentence. Really cool seeing just the set, seeing the how many takes they do.
Like we had to do like take after take after take. Like, not just,
we loved it.
Like Carlos had to redo a lot of stuff too, but then also the audience, we had to redo take after take after take. And it was like, oh, okay. After a while you're like,
it was still fun though.
It was
a lot really fun, and we talked to people there and everything. Experience, like, we'll never forget it. Like, it's completely so awesome. If you guys can find episodes online, maybe you'll find we filmed 2 episodes. That's why it took so long. So maybe you'll see
us and our friend also
in the audience.
Thanks for watching.
If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up and also check out our main channel.
If you guys would like to check out yesterday's video on Squared, be sure to click right over there. If you guys would like to see more of us on Squared, click right up there. And if you would like to subscribe to the Squared channel, click right over here.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye!